Hi, I'm Debbie Harbeck, and I'm a certified life coach working with women in midlife and through the menopause transition. So each week, I'll be sharing the latest information, inspiration, and generate some momentum so you can move forward and feel more in control of your changing midlife body and your life. Let's go. Hi, and welcome back to the Midlife Momentum podcast. And today, we're getting a little uncomfortable because I'm going to talk about something I think we all kind of wrestle with, which is our smartphones, our devices. I'll be honest, mine is never more than an arm's reach away. But recently, I've really been asking myself, is this device really helping me live better? Yes, it does make some things more convenient for sure. Or is it hijacking my energy? Is it taking my clarity and focus and peace away? So I notice how the phone is always there, except when I'm swimming, which is great because I realize one of the reasons I love to swim is that I'm completely disconnected from my phone and the crazy outside world. It's total freedom. And I know that feeling of freedom when I sit outside without a screen around. It's also that amazing feeling. And I also notice that it's a constant distraction and it's a way that I can be available 24/7. But unless it's life or death, I don't want to be that available. And when someone texts me and I don't return that text quickly, then I start carrying around this guilt and the pressure of sending a message back in a timely manner. Maybe you can relate. And the phone also makes it easy to watch or listen to something rather than read or even be bored. I mean, boredom feels like a sin these days, right? You can't just sit around and do nothing. So the phone kind of relieves us from never being bored and makes us feel somewhat productive because we're doing something. But honestly, most of the time, we're being anything but productive. So, can you relate to any of these things that I've said so far? If yes, I want to share some really compelling research backed reasons to reduce your smartphone time. And I also want to give you some ideas that actually work to help you feel more present and more focused and less overwhelmed. Now, I'm not doing this to blame or shame for sure, because I am very much attached to my smartphone. And that's why there's one more part of this episode I want to share. It's a challenge. So I'm launching a 10-day phone freedom challenge that will give you lots of different ways to reduce your smartphone use and hopefully increase your time and focus for real life connection and getting actually more productive on the things that matter most to you. So let's get into this episode. There's a study out there that was done in 2017 at the University of Texas at Austin, where they found that having your smartphone nearby, even if it's turned off, so just having it close to you, can reduce your available cognitive capacity. That means your brain has to work harder when your phone is just nearby. You're not even using it, it's not even on. And why does this matter? Well, in midlife, like we are right now, a lot of us are already feeling a little foggy. We're feeling like we're forgetting stuff. Maybe we're having poor sleep and experiencing high stress, and we don't need another reason to feel mentally scattered. So, reducing screen time gives your brain more breathing room. A second point is, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's worth repeating, the blue light from your phone suppresses melatonin. That's your sleep hormone. So there is a Harvard study out there that found that exposure to blue light shifted your circadian rhythm by 3 hours in some people. And we know that poor sleep, again, is not a good thing. It leads to worse moods. It leads to more cravings. It can lead to weight gain and even higher risk of disease. So if you want better sleep, and I think we all do, your phone shouldn't be the last thing you see at night. And here's another huge one. Studies show that high social media use is correlated with increased anxiety and depression, especially in women. So in perimenopause and menopause, our stress response is already heightened, of course. Cortisol can spike more easily. So constant scrolling, comparing, and overloading your nervous system really doesn't help. And then there's the productivity, right? So when you're constantly checking texts, emails, notifications, you're living in a reactive energy, not in intentional energy. And here's the kicker, multitasking, which is what we're really doing when we check in quickly, has been shown to reduce our productivity by up to 40%. That's a lot of time and focus lost. And I know we're praised as women for being able to multitask, but it really isn't a real thing. We really cannot do this. It doesn't work. So when you reduce your smartphone use, of course, you're going to create more space. You're going to have time to reflect on things like you used to. You can decide what you want to focus on, and you actually become more creative and calmer. And that just makes sense. And the last thing is that when you put down your phone, you start to notice things again. You notice conversations, the breeze, the look in someone's eye. A 2018 study found that even short periods of tech free time during meals significantly improved feelings of connection and conversation quality. And let's face it, we're all about reconnecting in midlife. A lot of us are. I know I am. There's this need for connection. I want to connect with myself, and you probably want to connect with yourself more deeply, with your purpose, and with others. So, cutting down on your phone can really help you come home to what really matters to you. So, I said I would share a few things that you can do to reduce your smartphone time. And I'll share them with you here, but I am launching a challenge, which I'm going to talk about in a second, which will help reinforce these ideas and give you a few more as well. So, one of them is to use an app timer and limit screen time. So, if you go into Instagram, actually, into your account, you can actually set a limit per day as to how much time you want to stay on the app, and then it won't allow you to use it after that. Or you can just put on an old-fashioned egg timer. The second thing you can do is keep your phone out of reach. So remember that 2017 study I mentioned that was done in Austin? Just having your phone nearby lowers your focus. So try charging it in another room during meals, during workouts, and even at bedtime. Put it somewhere else, not beside your bed. Just a tip. So the third thing you can do is turn off any non-essential notifications. I think they're probably all not essential, but anyways, that's my opinion. Studies show that frequent notifications, they will spike your cortisol, that's the stress hormone, and it'll create a stress response loop. So you can go into your settings and turn off notifications for anything that isn't urgent. And that includes any news apps, Instagram likes, sales alerts. All of these things are going off on your phone, and you can turn them off. The fourth thing you can do is create a phone-free block of time every day. And this can be part of your morning routine. Maybe it's your family dinner. Maybe it's an afternoon walk that you take without your phone. Even just 30 minutes can reset your nervous system and rewire your habits. Just 30 minutes disconnected from your phone, like far away from your phone, can actually help rewire your habits. Amazing. And here's the fifth thing. The truth is, we don't just stop habits, we want to replace them. So if you're reaching for your phone out of boredom or just out of normal habit, have something else ready. So have a journal there, have some music, do some meditation, stretching, reading, whatever, even 5 minutes of deep breathing. Just find something else to do besides that moment where you are going to be on your phone. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about my 10-day phone freedom challenge. It's coming up. It's starting June 9th. And it's just going to give you 10 days to help you feel more clear, more calm, more in control. But it's not about going off the grid. So there will be 10 different challenges. Every day you'll get an email in your inbox with a new challenge. And it's not about completely disconnecting from your phone. I'll just give you some easy things you can do every day to kind of wean yourself away from your phone and give you new things to focus on and actually give you more freedom and space in your life, because that's what it's all about. I'm going to include the link for this 10-day phone freedom challenge in the show notes. So please sign up for that. I would love to have you there. It starts Monday, June 9th, as I mentioned. And I just want to thank you for joining me today. And maybe you're resonating with some of the things I said. So please share this episode with anybody you feel needs to hear it. And also sign up for the challenge and be with me on these 10 days. I need it as much as you do. So I'm excited about it. And I know it's going to be a real game changer for those of us who want to change this habit. All right. So that's what I've got for you today. Thanks so much for joining me. And in the meantime, keep moving forward. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Midlife Momentum Podcast. If you want to learn more about working with me, come visit me at debbieharbeckcoaching.com. That's Debbie, I-E, Harbeck with a C, coaching.com. See you next week.